I remember this one windy afternoon, standing on a bridge I'd crossed 100 times, just looking at the water. And inside, there was this huge, hollow feeling that just felt impossible to fill. Sometimes they're just like that, aren't they? It's that feeling, right? You're the one smiling through back-to-back meetings, carrying the weight for everyone, telling your family and friends, I'm fine, really. But deep down, you're holding yourself together so tightly it feels like one wrong move, one little gust of wind could make everything just shatter. So, if that sounds even a little bit familiar, I want you to just stay here with me for a moment. This isn't about me giving you a bunch of empty advice. This is just a space for us to take a breath together and for me to tell you, friend to friend, you have been through so much, and it is absolutely okay to feel tired. So, if this is something so many of us feel, what's our first instinct? Well, usually when that deep sadness hits, we get scared. We get scared of the quiet, and so we run because the silence feels way too loud, and it's the one place we can't hide from ourselves. We dive headfirst into work, using productivity as a shield, answering emails long after everyone else has gone to bed. Or we do that mindless phone scroll until the screen glows in the sunrise. We lose ourselves in loud places with lots of people. We do it all because we're clinging to this big lie. Just stay busy, time will fix it. But honestly, it's a trap. And this slide really lays it all out. We're at a fork in the road. When we run, the wound doesn't heal. We're just burying it. And by running, we're basically telling our brain that this feeling is dangerous, so it grows bigger and darker in the shadows. It just waits until one day some random old song or a familiar smell hits you, and bam, it all comes flooding back. The real recovery, the true healing, it only starts when we finally stop running. Let's go back to that bridge for a second. In that moment of just total despair, something shifted. And it wasn't some huge, dramatic gesture. It was a single, quiet decision. I just decided to stop fighting. And I turned around and walked back. And I think that's the whole secret. The greatest turning point in our lives isn't always some massive action. Sometimes the most courageous step forward you can possibly take is just the decision to stop struggling against yourself, to stop judging how you feel, and to stop running away from the one person who needs you the most, which is you. It's pretty incredible when you think about why that pause is so powerful. I mean, think about it. When you get a cut on your finger, your body just knows what to do, right? It starts healing itself. Well, your mind has that same exact miraculous ability, but it needs one thing to activate: stillness. It needs you to stop struggling and just give it the space to work, to just observe your thoughts like they're clouds passing by. Okay, so if stopping is the first step, how do we actually do it? How do we create that space to heal? Well, instead of trying to forget or push away, let's try something I like to call rituals of return. They're just simple, gentle ways to come back home to yourself. We're going to explore 3 of them. They're super simple, but honestly, they're profound. First, practicing mindful walking. Second, making a simple cup of tea for yourself. And third, and this one is maybe the most important, allowing yourself to actually be vulnerable. So the next time you feel that wave of overwhelm, even if you're sitting at your work desk, just stand up for a second. If you can, take a few steps and just feel your feet on the ground. As you lift your foot, notice that you're lifting it. As you place it down, feel it connect with the earth. Your mind is always racing ahead to the future or dwelling on the past. This is about bringing it right back here to your own 2 feet. There's no destination. The walking is the whole point. Or you could turn a simple task into a little ceremony of presence. Next time you make a cup of tea, really do it. Listen to the sound of the water as it starts to heat up. Watch the steam dance in the air. Smell the tea as it steeps. Feel the warmth of the mug in your hands. For that one moment when you take a sip, there's no to-do list, no job title, no pressure. You are just a simple, peaceful being having a cup of tea. That's it. And finally, this is the deepest act of self-care there is. Real self-love isn't about buying yourself nice things. It's about turning towards that little kid inside you who's hurting and just saying, it's okay, I'm here now. Maybe you open up a notebook and just write whatever comes to mind, a letter to that part of yourself. Let the words pour out without any judgment. Just give your sadness a voice and a safe place to be heard. Now, before we wrap up, I really need you to know this. Healing is not a straight line. It's messy. There are going to be days when the storm comes back. But when it does, I want you to remember something really important. You always have a safe place to return to. And it's not somewhere out there you have to find. It's right here. It's in the rhythm of your own breath. Let's try one right now. Just a slow breath in through your nose and a long, gentle sigh out. That quiet space is always with you, even in a noisy office or on a crowded train. It is always yours. Thank you for being brave enough to just show up and listen today. It takes courage to walk through these difficult feelings. You truly, truly deserve to be at peace. You know, if any of this resonated with you at all, please think about leaving a comment. You could maybe just share one small thing you do to find a moment of pause. Let's think of it as a way for us to give each other a virtual hug and to create a real community where we know we're not alone on this journey. All right, let's take one more deep breath together. Remember to be kind to yourself. Everything in its own time is gonna be okay.